Coming up, it's time to crown some champions as Boston University Athletics takes home the hardware. We'll meet some softball players who stayed and played local. And we'll get a sneak peek at how historic Walter Brown Arena and the Case Center is getting transformed. It's Caps in the Air on the season finale of BU Terriers Unleashed. The top-seeded men's tennis team went on to win the Patriot League championship this season. Coach of the Year, Dejan Stankovic, knew he had a good squad and went into the season with high expectations.
I thought at the very beginning, me and Justin was like, this is our year. Like, we have everybody coming back. We had a good freshman coming in. We've really got a good team.
This team served up more than just talent. The process of building a culture was front and center for the program.
Recruiting the right players, coaching them the right way, actually them understanding that you care about them as a whole person. Like, whether you have a racket in your hand today or not, you're an important factor of the team. They started realizing, wow, we really can do this together. And I think some of the wins we won just because of culture, not because we were basically a better team.
All of us play a role. Like, you have a racket in your hand on a given day, on the doubles court, on the singles court. You don't, like, you play a role, and it's all of us against them. We focus on us, on what we can control, and we'll be good.
Tournament MVP and Player of the Year, Corey Craig, was a leader both on and off the court.
He knew that if he won, but everybody else lost, the team still loses, and he wasn't that guy. He was like, I win, and I'll try to win as fast as I can to get us a point, but then I'll stand there and cheer for Jacob or Gus or Dion or whoever it might be to get us across the finish line. He also worked on his game and made everyone else better because he pushed them in practice.
He was a great player last year too as a freshman, won Rookie of the Year, but he improved so much over the summer, and you can just tell how much he's put into this, and I'm really happy for him that it paid off.
Freshman Gus Dambins, who was named Rookie of the Year, was key to the team going undefeated in Patriot League play this year.
When he is on and he is dialed in, very few people on our schedule can beat him.
We all knew he was going to do great things. He's such a great player, but it was really, really nice to see him win that final match against Navy.
Gus is absolutely amazing. He came in completely fitted with the culture here. Super energetic individual.
He makes these funny jokes and everybody's laughing. He fights for the team. He loves the team. He loves the guys. He loves the coaches. He's like, this is a great fit for me.
It was an exciting tournament for the Terriers, who battled for 3 days in upstate New York to win it all.
Holy Cross, I think, was a great match, a great first match, a great challenge. I don't think we've ever beat Army 4-0. That was incredibly convincing and a big shot of confidence. And then against Navy, down 3-2 and down a set on those remaining courts, we still thought we had it, and it turns out we did.
The championship came down to a thriller in the final match that went on for 2 hours and 46 minutes. Sophomore Jacob Basterowitz outlasted his opponent to seal the deal.
It was unbelievable. He was cramping in both of his legs. It shows how much fight and determination he has to come back down a set in 3-0 to win it for us.
Jacob was just truly amazing. I mean, he looked at us every point. We were cheering.
Our whole bench, we had fans, everybody, let's go, Jacob. Everybody runs, and I'm pumping my fist, and I'm going like a crazy person. It was it's a dream come true.
I remember being in the pig pile, looking around. All the guys were so happy. I was so happy. I think it's true. It was one of the most special moments in my life, and I'm gonna cherish it forever.
The NCAA selection show sent the Terriers to Harvard. It was a short road trip with a lot of fanfare.
The guys were like, maybe we'll go somewhere, and it'll be great. And we go to Harvard, and you're like, wow, Harvard? Really? We played Harvard a month ago.
They recognized that maybe we wanted to go a little further away, so I think they understood. They wanted to make it a special experience for us, and we're so grateful for that.
They've had an awesome experience in Boston.
To be able to stay in a hotel, to have a police escort.
You felt like a pro player. You walk in, the stands, you have your fans there, they have their fans there.
We had a huge turnout at the match. A lot of fans, probably more than I've ever seen.
Being able to have our families there, our friends there, made it all the more special. It was so much fun. It was for sure one of my favorite moments in my tennis career. I really want to do it twice now. I want that feeling again. I want the pig pile again. I want all of it. I think the legacy we're leaving behind here is something that we're always going to cherish and something we can always look back on. I think it's going to be an amazing year next year. I think people need to stay watching out for us.
The BU softball team brought home another Patriot League championship. Up next, we'll meet some of the squad when BU Terriers Unleashed rolls on. The BU women's softball team won another Patriot League championship this season. It's a roster full of talent, with several players coming from the Northeast.
I take a lot of pride, specifically being from Massachusetts, but the Northeast can play ball, and we've kind of showed that the past 4 years.
It's really special for me that you have a senior class that walks away feeling like they accomplished everything they needed to. There was nothing that they didn't believe they couldn't do, and I think that, to me, that belief is so strong, and they were motivated, and that makes it a dream to coach.
Senior Lauren Kelleher hails from Abington, Mass., where she was a star for her championship-winning high school team. She played competitive ball for the Rhode Island Thunder program before she made her way to BU.
It was one of the top programs in the Northeast, so we got to travel across the country, play the best competition. BU softball has definitely taught me a lot. I've matured a lot.
Lauren Kelleher coming here was one of the best things that could have happened.
I'm a very competitive player who hates losing.
She's willing to go the extra mile. She's willing to put herself out there in order to create a team that has high standards, that is trying to meet something.
Coach is amazing, and she holds us to such a high standard and expects a lot out of us, but that's what makes us a championship team. I'm just excited that we've built this relationship, and I get to have that for the rest of my life.
It's been an honor to coach her. It's been a privilege to watch her continue to raise the bar, and her becoming Player of the Year this year, I know that was a goal for her, but as much as it was a goal for her, it was a goal for me.
Kayla Ronson started her journey to BU playing baseball with the boys and leading her New Jersey Little League team to a state championship before switching over to softball.
I started playing for the New Jersey Intensity. For there, I was mainly an outfielder. Growing up, I knew I always wanted to play in college. So going into the different showcases and seeing the college coaches, I was like, I know this is something I want to do. I love BU because of the academic and athletic aspect of it. When I fell in love with the school after I came and visited and knew this is where I wanted to be. I try to be someone who leads by example on the field, always working hard.
I've never seen a better hitter than Kayla. She can just swing the bat and the ball goes. I looked up to her for the past 4 years, and I'm so happy that I got to be the 1-2 punch with her for the past 2.
I'm not necessarily the loudest person on the field, but I want to be someone that always goes 100%.
What Kayla has been able to do with her hits, becoming All-American, her name is going to be on our wall for the rest of time. And I think there's nothing better than walking out there and getting to see Kayla Ronson's name every day, and that being a name that we're talking about, because that's what she's meant to this program, and that's what she was able to do.
Littleton, Mass. native Casey Ricard started pitching when she was 10 years old. In high school, she trained with legendary BU pitcher Robin King.
She's just really helped me grow as a pitcher. She taught me a lot about spinning the ball instead of throwing hard, and I think that is a really big part of my game. Playing for Littleton High School, I think, was a lot of fun for me. My 2 best friends, we were captains. We basically just kind of had to teach a lot of girls how to play softball since it's such a small town. Coach Ashley believes in me, and I realized that after one of the first tournaments we had down south. She gave me the opportunity to pitch down there.
There's doubt in this sport, and there's failure in this sport, but her ability to say, you know what, you're going to give up the big hit, you're going to lose games, but are you willing to still take the ball? Are you willing to still put yourself out there? And I think that, not being afraid to fail, is what made Casey so exceptional.
Casey's a competitor. I think that she's a great addition to our pitching staff, and she hates to lose just as much as I do, so I love to see how fiercely competitive she is and how much success she is going to have at BU.
The Terriers have won 5 out of the last 6 Patriot League championships, and Casey was on the mound, striking out the side when the Terriers claimed this year's title.
Ricard deals, swing and a miss!
Just having everyone be so happy in that moment once you get the final out, I think that's just what you work for. I'll remember these moments for the rest of my life.
Just to watch them experience that joy, that is something that will go down as one of my favorite moments in this program.
We are 20 girls that are really close, and you don't get to see that on every team. The relationships that we have, which has brought the success that we've had throughout the 4 years here.
This will go down in the record books. I said if I could keep this team forever, I would keep this team forever, and I genuinely mean that wholeheartedly.
Coming up, we continue our trip around the diamond with Lauren Kelleher. The senior outfielder sat down with athletic director Drew Marichello to talk about her time at BU. Stay with us. The BU men's and women's track and field teams had many individual achievements this season, but two standout athletes dominated in their respective events. Grad student Foster Malik won the 1,500 meter at this year's Patriot League Championships. He's won that event 3 years in a row.
I remember it was a real rainy day, and then with 100 to go, I was able to take the win, and I think that was just a huge confidence booster. It's really been my go-to event. I don't want to say I've mastered it yet, but I think I'm getting there.
In 2023, Foster broke the 4-minute mile mark for the first time ever.
It was my last mile race of the year, and I had the whole team there with 200 to go. I had everyone going crazy for me on the infield, and they really powered me to the finish. And being able to do that in front of your team and coaches and celebrate with them after, it's probably one of my most fond memories at BU.
On the women's side, sophomore Vera Schoberg continues to excel on the track. In April, she broke the school record in the 1,500 meter, a record that has stood since 1991.
That race felt very hard from the start. I fell off pace. It was a struggle, so I was happy to be able to break that school record.
Vera took home first in the 5,000 meter at the Patriot League Championships in February, but her favorite race is the 1,500 meter.
It's both endurance based, but also you need that speed, which I think is a fun combination. You need to be really engaged the whole race. You can't fall asleep.
Vera excels in the classroom as well. She was named Patriot League Scholar Athlete of the Year for both cross-country and indoor track and has embraced her time as a student athlete at BU.
In Sweden, where I grew up, we're taught running is an individual sport. But then when I came here, I feel like I started to realize that running is really a team sport. Caring about your teammates, working together, pushing each other, our joy for running and all the fun with that.
I'm pleased to be joined by Lauren Kelleher, who was, and I say was because her career is now finished, sadly, a member of our softball team. Softball has just wrapped up the most successful year in their program's history, and Lauren, I can safely say, is one of the best players that we've ever had at Boston University. Pleased to be with you, Lauren.
Thanks, Drew. I'm happy to be here.
Lauren is from Abington, about 20 miles away from here.
Yep.
What were the thoughts when you started looking at where you're going to go to school?
Once I stepped on BU's campus, it felt like home, and coach is very convincing when it comes to recruiting, but I was happy I got to stay close to home. I was happy my dad got to come to pretty much every game. There's nothing better than Boston, so I'm happy I was here for 4 years.
An easy decision then, right?
Oh, very easy decision. Coach likes to say that I recruited myself.
You're part of a group of 9 seniors and fifth-year kids who've recently just finished, and it was a really special group. And I heard you say that Coach did a great job of picking your best friends for you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Being able to play with Kayla for all 4 years, Caitlin for all 4 years, they're so good. Their stats speak for themselves, but the people that they are, it's incredible. And Coach did a good job recruiting our best friends. It is something crazy that BU has given me, and I'm just so happy that Kayla's my best friend, Caitlin's my best friend, all 9 of them are my best friends.
Obviously a bitter moment at the end, but all of you on the field at the same time to end the game.
Yeah, that was something special. We could have gotten run rolled, in the 5th inning, but we just kept passing the bat. I was happy that we went down fighting.
I barely remember Coach Waters as a player, but I do remember how good she was. I've heard that she and you are a lot alike as a player. Have you heard that as well?
Yeah, she says that to me all the time. She's very competitive, and she'll say things, and then I repeat them, and I'm like, wait, I was thinking the same thing as Coach. She wants the best and gets the best out of us as players, as people. She has high expectations. She's hard on us, but she's hard on us because she wants us to win. And if she wasn't hard on us, I don't think we'd be walking away with 3 championships.
You played 219 games at BU, which is quite an accomplishment by itself.
I saw the stat and I was like, that's just crazy. But I think coming in freshman year, yeah, you can be nervous, but what I figured out 2 weeks in, I was like, well, I can play. I don't care if these girls are 2 years, 3 years older than me. Coach always said, I'm gonna put the best 9 on the field, and they kept putting me in the lineup, and if they took me out, I wouldn't be a very happy camper.
You undoubtedly have some great memories of the program and your teammates. Share some of those.
On the bus, on the airplane, just joking around with Coach on the bench, whatever it is. The memories that I'll have forever is just being able to hang out with my best friends. Drew, I got some questions for you, actually.
Go ahead.
I know there's 9 of us leaving, but I think the answer is me, but who are you gonna miss the most on the softball team?
I say on the record, you're one of my very favorite athletes of all time, and I've been doing this for a while. To see you grow and to see you flourish and to be recognized by others, I think has been really special. But the truth is, the group of 9 together is just so unique and so special. It's not about the wins. The reason you won is because you're so special. I've seen you grow as people, and I've just been so proud of how you've represented BU. It's something I'll never forget.
Thanks, Drew.
We have an award called the Harry Aganis Terrier Pride Award. It is not given out every year, and you were the recipient, and it is for character and determination and leadership and talent, but it's really for being the ideal terrier. What did it mean to you to be the recipient of that award?
Yeah, that was something special. When you called me, I was like almost in tears. I was like, oh my God. But to hear people speak about Harry Aganis and what that award means is something special. And I'm really proud to wear Boston across my chest. I say it all the time. I'm happy I came here. But it's not always about the wins and losses and how good at softball I am. But to hear you speak about me being like, you're such a good leader, you're such a good person, it's something special. And I give praise to my parents for raising me to be who I am.
The group of parents that we had was also special. I think it's certainly related.
Amazing. Oh, for sure.
We're lucky. Thanks, Kels.
Hey, of course.
Up next, historic Walter Brown Arena and the Case Center will be getting more than a fresh coat of paint this summer. And BU women's rowing sweeps its way to a championship. With a sweep in the grand finals, the Boston University women's rowing program captured the 2024 Patriot League championship. Director of Women's Rowing Malcolm Doldrin was named the Patriot League Coach of the Year, and the rowers credit his leadership as key to the team's success.
Malcolm's attention to detail is higher than any other coach I've ever worked with. What he brought to the team is a really intense passion for the sport and for the technicalities of rowing.
We've just been really focusing on atomic changes every day and just giving like that extra 1% and trying to be just that much better.
It was a team effort as the Terriers rowed to their first ever Patriot League Grand Finals sweep. Their Varsity 8 boat was named Patriot League Boat of the Year, and BU celebrated their first league title since 2022.
In the second half of the race, there was just like this huge energy. We had open water on like the entire field, and we were like, last 1,000 meters, we got this, we do this every day.
And Boston University wins the Grand Final in the 2v8, and they win it in the first Varsity 8.
It was like we all knew that was our goal, and we achieved that goal together. And to feel just the love and the hugs on shore and everyone screaming and yelling, it's so, so special.
As part of the continued long-term plan to transform the Case Center, BU has begun renovations to Walter Brown Arena, including a full transformation of the team's areas for women's hockey. The project will also modernize existing space, creating a new locker room and video room for the men's basketball program.
We're pleased that we've had a couple of people step up, a couple families. In the case of basketball, Ike and Candy Brown were really, really generous, and Larry and Deb DePaulis in the instance of women's hockey. Men's basketball, this has been a long time in the works to have this renovation done.
Our guys, hardworking guys, really deserve to have an area where they can congregate and spend some time together. They're real excited about the renovation, can't wait for it to happen.
When we heard about the renovations, like, everyone was excited about it, you know? Coach put up blueprints and a 3D imaging of like what it's gonna look like, and everyone thought it was gonna be really cool.
They're very, very excited about the opportunity to be the first ones in the new locker room.
Well, I think it's huge. It's a tangible way in which we can feel the university caring about us, caring about our well-being and our performance, you know, because these type of spaces, they do have an impact on performance and our ability to like relate to each other, you know.
There's a place to eat, there's a place to study, there's a place to recover, you know, and I suspect our guys will be spending a lot of time in there.
We're going to start our women's hockey locker renovation in Walter Brown. Our lounge area is going to be renovated. Full locker space, lounge space, office spaces for the coaches.
It's creating spaces that are comfortable, functional, that you can just continue to spend time. And that's what I'm really excited about. It's all about camaraderie and being able to hang out in the locker room, debrief after practice or after games. It's a nice place to be able to, get to know your teammates and build that bond. Wally B, as we call it. It's my favorite rink that I've ever played in. It has so much history, but it also is so much fun to play in because every time we play there, it feels kind of like a full house. Like we get a lot of fans.
It's really cool that we're able to preserve that history and stay in Wally B, to have a space that we respect and want to take care of, and a place that we know that everyone wants to get better in.
There's a lot of really good people that have come through here, and so to have this new facility is going to just be able to honor them as well as start a legacy of more success at BU women's ice hockey.
Selected enhancements to the fan experience will include the installation of a center-hung Daktronics video board.
It's going to be really exciting to have a video board that now we can look up at and see some replays. I'm excited to see it. It's going to be cool.
One-timer. It's really cool that BU definitely recognized that we needed a little bit of an update, and we are really grateful for that, and it doesn't go unnoticed, all the time and energy that they put in. So yeah, we're super thankful and we're really looking forward to it.
To have these renovations and to just feel like you are wanted and supported by your athletic department, it means the world, and it also is going to translate to our success on the ice.
Lily to Louisa scores!
We've got a little work to do, but we're excited that the kids are going to have state-of-the-art facilities moving forward.
That's all the time we have for this episode. Congratulations to all the student athletes and graduates as we close this chapter on another storybook season of BU Terriers Unleashed.